Hi, my name is Jonah Corpus Duquesne. My Veterans History project is to interview someone who's been in the armed forces. Today I'm interviewing my grandpa, Jerry Corpus.
Hello.
They're gonna stop it.
Oh.
For my first question, where and when were you born?
So I was born June 6th of 1960 in Oakdale Naval Hospital in Oakland, California.
Right. Did you enlist or were you drafted into the military?
I actually enlisted. I was fresh out of high school. I was 17 years old. April 17th of 1978.
Yeah. In which branch of the military did you serve in?
I served in the U.S. Army. Started actually my boot camp in Fort Bliss, Texas. Then I was transferred to Everglades National Park in Florida, stationed out of Homestead Air Force Base.
Okay. How did you adapt to your military life, including your physical regime, barracks, food, and social life?
Well, physically, I just got off of the karate tournament circuit, so I was in very good shape. Barracks life, it was about 30 people in one big room. Food-wise, I learned how to eat eggs and cheese because for breakfast that's what they served, and if I wanted to eat and have nutrition, I would have to learn how to eat eggs, which I didn't like at all. And the cheese went with the cheeseburgers they actually gave us for lunch and things like that.
Must be disgusting. Do you remember any of your instructors, like, what did they do to you, and, like, what did they do to everybody else?
Yeah, in fact I do. I had a drill sergeant Brown, that was actually in my basic training. Basic training is 6 weeks long, and they actually try to get into your head as far as, there's a whole bunch of yelling, name calling, and things like that. However, didn't work for me. When I went to AIT, which is the schooling part of the training, I had a drill sergeant. His name was Drill Sergeant Wino. Very awesome individual. Very awesome individual. Very fair, and he taught us a lot.
How did you stay in touch with your family and friends back in Vallejo?
Well, back in 1978, we didn't have the technology that we have today as far as emails and cell phones and things like that there. So it was basically phone calls, letters, wrote a whole bunch of letters actually, to who is now your grandmother.
Shoot. So for my last question, did you learn any life lessons when you were in the military?
Yes, I did actually. As I said, I was 17 years old when I enlisted. I actually had to have my parents sign so I can enlist, but I was on my own at 17, so I had to grow up very fast. It showed me how to be responsible and how to be basically a good person.
Did it teach you a lot of discipline and stuff?
It did. I did have the discipline coming from the martial arts, but it did teach me, yes, it did teach me discipline due to the fact that, like I say, we were always paraded around, and of course you have to be an adult, especially when you're guarding our country.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.